Witnesses for the defense will now take the...
You folks just sit back and give me a chance. I got a little witnessing to do for myself.
You're the prisoner.
I am.
Who's your witness?
I am.
Who's your attorney?
I am.
Who's your...
Now, everything that is, I
am. No debates. No drama. Get ready for some fun and join us now for the Free in Fredonia show. Here's your host, Gary Santa Blue Baker.
Hey folks, this is Gary Baker, and this is to introduce you to the Free in Fredonia show. By the time you're seeing this, I'll probably be on an airplane. I'll be coming back from Canada. A young man that I know is getting married up there, and we're going up there to attend the wedding and the festivities. Some of y'all might know him. His name is Tyler Marshall. He's Dr. Tyler Marshall now. He went to Clarksville Academy, and he's up there. He's getting married after all these years. I've known this kid since he was 7 years old, so it's going to be a big day. But anyway, I'll be on a plane coming back from Canada, hopefully. If they don't keep me up there and shoot me because of these tariff situations. But I'll be coming back, and we'll be doing the shows live starting Tuesday. So I've been on Facebook since 2008. And I don't know if you remember when we first got on Facebook, how much fun it was. And over the past few years, it's gotten to be to where there's all kinds of fussing and fighting and arguing, and everybody's mad at each other and trying to express their opinion, and there's a lot of drama. So after a while, it gets pretty tedious of seeing everybody mad at each other. So I wanted to do something different. So I came up with the idea of the Free in Fredonia show. I live in Fredonia, Montgomery County, and I wanted to do something special, a little bit different. So that's what this show is going to be about, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know, comment on the feed, give me some feedback on what you'd like to see. But let me tell you a little bit about it. Most of all, it's going to be about playing trivia, which I know a lot of you all enjoy doing it. We'll be playing trivia. It's going to be on a variety of subjects. There'll be like movies and television and music and history. I like history. And on Wednesdays, I hope to be doing Bible trivia because I think that'll be a lot of fun. And especially if you get some of your church members involved and compete and see who remembers some of these Bible stories. But that's going to be the crux of the show. And other things that we're going to be doing is concentrating on community events, things that are happening in the community, things that maybe you're not aware of. For example, the Mason Rudolph golf course. The city and the mayor are trying to close the golf course. That golf course has been in existence over 100 years, and they're wanting to change it and take it away from us. So we're going to do our best to try to get the message out to help save the Mason Rudolph golf course. And I don't know if any of y'all ever met Mason Rudolph. Of course, he's long since passed on, but I found some video of him talking about Clarksville and the experience he had in playing golf and learning to play golf here and Mason Rudolph golf course. So I found something. I wanted to play it for you. So here's Mason Rudolph in his own words.
It's the greatest game they've come up with, and I think the rules hadn't changed that much, and that's good. Because in golf, the reason I say I stress that you learn how to play on a golf course, not on the practice tee, and I say get out there and play, and that's the thing that's what Walton and Jimmy and I did growing up. We played. We didn't stand on the practice tee. So that's the key today. But now they got these great practice areas, which kind of entices the kids to want to hit balls. That's fine. You You learn how to hit it on the range, but you learn how to play on the golf course. I think it's the greatest. Well, it's the greatest game they've come up with, and I think the rules hadn't changed that much, and that's good. Because in golf, the reason I say it's the best sport that they've come up with, there's no referee. And there's other sports, the referee didn't see you, it's legal. So in golf, there's no cheating because you got to referee yourself. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm indebted to what they did for me. Gave me a chance to play all over the country when I really didn't have the means to go. So they were awful good.
So that was Mason Rudolph, and in his own words. So I want everyone to be aware of the Mason Rudolph Golf Course and do everything in your power to try to help us keep that open. Contact your city representative and contact the mayor. Let him know how you feel about it. Other things we'll be doing, of course, we're going to be having a word for the day. I like to revisit the Bible because there's a lot of good messages in the Bible, and we'll have the word of the day, and we'll do.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. This verse reminds you that God has a purposeful and hopeful plan for your life, even in challenging times.
Stuff like this. And all the people said amen. So we'll try to keep that going for you and give you something to ponder about and think about, maybe get a blessing out of it. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of community events, making people aware of what's going on in the community. Another thing is we've got Camp Rainbow coming up here, and I've been interested in Camp Rainbow for a long time. About 20 years ago, Ted Alexander, some of y'all might know Ted, and I were invited to come up and film the activities at Camp Rainbow and interview some of the volunteers up there. So, and I've got the video that, I thought the video was lost, but I have since discovered a video. So we want to take a visit back to Camp Rainbow, and you'll be seeing some of the interviews. For example, here's one of Mr. Bob Golden. Some of you might remember Hollywood. And here's what he had to say about Camp Rainbow.
My name's Bob Golden, and I'm a member of Bikers Who Care. And I originally got involved through Bikers Who Care, and the reason I got involved with Bikers Who Care and work with them so much is because when people ask me, what do Bikers Who Care do? We raise money and give it away to children. And this, by and large, is what we contribute most of our money to. And I hung around with some of the guys years ago that are in Bikers Who Care and got involved in it about 7 or 8 years ago and started coming to camp because we do a carnival every Thursday, and I'd come down and You know, 20 years ago, if somebody would have told me that I was going to be at a camp, you know, that there were going to be some kids who had health problems, I was a stand back, standoffish kind of guy. I'd contribute and work towards the effort, but that just wasn't my thing. I didn't think that I was equipped to do that kind of thing, something somebody else could do. And, you know, it's funny how life works. And as I started coming about 5 years ago as a full-time counselor. And the year after I came to camp, in June, that September, I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And being around the kids, you know, a lot of these kids will never have the physical abilities or quite the mental abilities that everybody else has or that I've had, you know, and they just made me look at my problems as being very nil. You know, my problems just seemed insignificant. And I learned so much from those kids that first year that, man, I was equipped to handle what I had to handle with no problem. You know, and it teaches you that. These children can teach you so much about the problems in your life by the way they are that it's just unbelievable, unbelievable.
And that was Bob Golden. Of course, that's been a few years ago. And he had a true passion for the kids of Camp Rainbow. But that's just an example of some of the things you're going to be seeing on Free in Fredonia. Of course, we're going to be visiting some of the heroes of the past, like, you know, Roy Rogers and Hopalong Cassidy and, you know, some of my heroes. Of course, some of y'all might remember Gabby Hayes. And I like revisiting Gabby Hayes. And here's a clip from the.
What do you mean by quartering Yankee troops on our property?
I didn't say they were going to be.
Well, maybe you better teach this one some manners.
I don't know as I've ever seen a scrawnier, mangier-looking bunch of men in all my life. Never seen nothing like that in our army.
You mind your own business.
Don't you talk to me like that, you empty-headed windbag. What do you mean by quartering Yankee troops on our property?
I didn't say they were going to be.
Well, maybe you better teach this one some manners.
I don't know as I've ever seen a scrawnier, mangier-looking bunch of men in all my life. Never seen nothing like that in our army.
You mind your own business.
Don't you talk to me like that, you empty-headed windbag. What do you mean by quartering Yankee troops on our property?
I didn't.
Was Gabby. I love Gabby Hayes. That's another example of some of the things we're going to try to show you and try to relive the past a little bit. But it's all going to be on the Free in Fredonia show. And so bone up on your trivia. And hopefully I'll be back in Montgomery County Tuesday. And we can start live shows and see how it goes. This is all new, something new. And hopefully it'll be something positive. And we can get on it and have a lot of fun. So y'all stay free, and I'll be in Fredonia. Free in Fredonia. Be sure you join me and share and comment. Let me know what you would like to see on the show. I'm up to just about anything, as long as we can have some fun with it. So until tomorrow, I'm Gary Baker.